Hello and welcome. I've got a guest with me today,
Yes.
and it's not Harry.
Who is it?
The cats are with me.
The cats!
Yeah.
Wow. What the cat? When did you get these cats?
Like a month ago.
What is it one cat or is it two
Two
cats?
cats. They're twin sisters. Not twin sisters. They're sisters. The same litter. So.
Ooh. And what are their names? May you divulge?
Ebby, like the shrimp.
Nice.
And
Spell
Tofu.
Ebby and Tofu. Oh, how
Yeah.
sweet.
But they're now allowed to free roam the house, so they're just exploring.
Are they house cats or are they?
They will be outdoor cats one day. I don't want them to be.
Wow. I would.
It terrifies me. Like you just let,
Yeah,
your pet. I've never had a cat before, so you just let your pet go and leave the house.
Are you going to do that thing where you put like an air tag on their collar so you can see where they
I
are?
would like to.
Yeah, you should do that. I always see it on TikTok. Like people are being like, "Oh yeah."
And you go and find your cat out in the park.
Yeah,
like, what
you go meet him in a field, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Anyway,
so we're reacting to some insane football stories that will leave you shocked today.
Come on.
We have found some of the most insane stories from the world of football that will
Okay.
be sure to leave you shocked. For example, did you know that Leicester City actually won the Premier League thanks to an orgy?
What?
This story starts back in June 2015, when 3 Leicester City players took part in the orgy whilst on tour in Thailand.
What's this?
The video from the act was leaked, with the players also caught using racial slurs towards the women in the video.
Oh no.
Oh
The club
no.
had no choice but to sack the 3 players, one of which was Adam Pearson, son of Nigel Pearson.
Can I say, by the way, as a button hater, that is the most disgusting top.
Yeah, hang on. So why is there 2
Why
buttons?
is that's the thing I don't like about buttons on a football top. They're pointless. Like there's no need for there to be a button on a football top. That is purely fucking cosmetic. There's no.
It's not even cosmetic. It looks shit.
That's awful. That is the worst thing I've seen in a long time. You know, that is horrible.
Who at the time was manager of the club he had managed to rescue spectacularly from relegation just months earlier. Following his son's sacking from Leicester, Nigel too was dismissed from his role, as according to the BBC,
You weren't in the orgy.
tensions had subsequently arisen between the manager and the board.
It's because they sacked his
Leicester
son, so he
would
was
go on
annoyed.
to
Yeah,
appoint
fair.
Claudio Ranieri,
And what a choice that
who
was.
would oversee one of
Yeah.
the greatest sporting achievements in English football history.
In any
when he led
history.
his side to the Premier League title.
That is actually one of the maddest things ever. Like so crazy.
The 6th season.
In 2010, Raoul Moat's shooting spree shocked the
Raoul
nation. But in the midst of the standoff between the shooter and the police, none other than Paul Gascoigne himself showed up on the scene, bringing with him a number
did he
of
know it?
items.
I don't
Did Paul Gascoigne know Raoul Moat, or was it all like?
actually know.
Let us know in the comments. Did Paul Gascoigne actually know Raoul Moat, or was it just like was he just going mad?
Number of items that he was planning to give to the gunman. Speaking to the Mirror in 2020,
there we go.
Paul said, "I just remember that I was in a taxi. I had a fishing rod, some chicken, 4 cans of lager, and a fishing jacket. I thought that I could take Raoul Moat fishing because he was near a river. I told the taxi driver head for the airport, and then when we got to Newcastle Airport, I said head for Rothbury. The taxi driver said, 'You are not going where I think you are going,' and I said, 'Yes, I am.' Gazza went on to reveal that at the time, he was in one of his most vulnerable states as he battled with addiction.
Fair enough. That's
Now for
understandable.
one of the
that
most
point.
bizarre stories out of all the ones we will be discussing today. Back in 2022, French football star Paul Pogba found himself at the centre of a blackmail saga, orchestrated by none other than his very own brother. Paul was
I
taken
remember
to
this,
an
yeah.
apartment in the suburbs of Paris, where he was threatened by hooded men with assault rifles.
Imagine your own brother. Like that's that's crazy. Like there's
I mean,
gonna be so
yeah,
many
families,
like
like snaky families out there.
yeah, but your brother like fucking
Maybe
trapping you in a
he's like,
hotel
oh,
room.
look, you've got all this money, Paul. Where's a bit of my cut?
What are you doing? You ain't playing the football. You ain't doing like. Oh, yeah,
Have you ever given your brother or sister money?
yeah, but he's helped out with the videos.
Well, maybe that's what
He deserves it.
maybe the brother should have helped out with the training more.
Maybe I don't know, man. It's crazy.
His attackers are said to have demanded 13 million euros in order to keep his secrets.
30 million.
Pogba claims to have recognised his brother amongst the gang, one that he eventually paid 100,000 euros to after being threatened with the public release
threatened
of
by his
accusations that would be more damaging to his image.
Oh.
One of the accusations, which was eventually leaked by Matthias, claimed that Pogba sought the assistance of a witch doctor to put a curse on his French colleague Kylian Mbappe to neutralise his
Didn't work, did
abilities
it?
during PSG's Champions League tie
Well, it
with
did. They got knocked
Manchester
out.
United. A game United
Didn't last
went
very
on
long,
to
at least,
win
then.
3-1 in what was a miraculous comeback.
That was a crazy game as well.
Next up, we have the infamous story of Ali Dia and one of the greatest cons in Premier League history.
Okay, what did he do?
A number of clubs across England received mystery phone calls from a man claiming to be none other than George Weah himself, offering the services of his cousin Ali
Oh,
Dia.
I remember. I've seen this about this as well.
Harry Redknapp, who was manager of West Ham at the time, knew straight away it was a wind-up. Things weren't going to plan for Graham Souness at Southampton, so when he received a call from George Weah introducing his cousin, He thought his luck had changed.
Thought his
Dia's
cousin.
luck also began to take a turn. Despite skepticism around who this mystery man was, Dia impressed at his trials, and Southampton decided to take a
Well,
punt
he impressed
and
at the
offered
trials,
him
he
a
must be half
1-month trial.
decent.
Dia's moment came after 32 minutes, when club legend Matt Letitia came off injured. Souness subbed on George Weah's cousin to change their fate, but it was immediately obvious that Dia was not who he claimed to be.
We have had this lad train with us for a week and he's shown in training that he's lively and sharp. He didn't do well today, he didn't get a kick of the ball, but we won't judge him just on 60 minutes that he played. We'll have a look, we've got 3 weeks to have a look.
Look lively and sharp in training,
31-year-old
it's fine.
Senegalese played 53 minutes in the top flight and achieved a remarkable 100% shot accuracy before
come
being
on.
released 2 weeks into his trial after the hoax was unravelled.
It's kind of jokes, to be fair.
What, how much you got paid?
Have you ever heard of the Ugandan Independence Tournament of 1962?
I have
No.
not, no.
Probably not. It was an association football event which took place to celebrate Uganda's independence, where
Okay.
3 teams played each other for the right to face Uganda in the final.
Right.
Both Kenya and Ghana took part in the tournament, but I bet you couldn't guess who the third team were.
Oh, let's have a guess.
So
Who is it?
Kenya and Ghana took part. We can't guess who the third team is, so it's got to be
Okay.
very obscure.
Yeah, and they want to play Uganda. Who could it be? Let's go with
Rwanda.
No, it's going to be someone not. It's going to be something not even in.
Denmark.
Yeah, like some fucking random one. Let's go.
Scotland.
Yeah, why not? Scotland. I like that answer.
If you said an all-star representative team from the English Isthmian League, then you would be
Right.
absolutely correct.
Oh, well, we didn't say
For
that.
reference, the Isthmian League now represents the 7th and 8th
Oh wait,
tier
no,
of
we're
English
close
football.
enough.
Somewhat.
It's English. It was an English team.
So far down. Oh my god.
The Isthmian League All-Star side came out with 2 draws against Kenya and Ghana, with the scores being 3-3 and 2-2 respectively.
This was
It was
1962.
Ghana who
Different
went
time.
on to face Uganda in the final, where they won 4-1 over
Uganda
the
got such a
tournament
cool flag.
holders.
That's such a cool flag.
A strange conspiracy theory has been circling around social media for a number of years involving
Okay.
Aaron Ramsey. Fans
Oh.
started
Oh
noticing
yeah, people die as soon as he scores.
Oh yeah.
fielders' goals and famous people's deaths. Here are
Actually,
just
he's
a
a
few
pundit now.
examples. Osama bin Laden died a day after Ramsey scored against Manchester United. Steve Jobs died 3 days after he scored against Tottenham Hotspur. Whitney Houston died the day after he scored against Sunderland. Paul Walker died the same day he scored against
That
Cardiff.
is kind of mad, you know.
Robin Williams
Sure,
died
people
the
die
day
every
after he
day, though,
scored
so-
against
Yeah,
Yeah, but not
Manchester
these
City.
like no. These are big. Like
Yeah,
these are
big
deaths that
deaths,
like
yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, this person.
Well, he was just
died.
scoring goals all the time. Maybe that's what it was. You can say about
he wasn't
Haaland, right? I
that-
bet,
he
bet
scored-
it's a
he
stat
scored-
of how many people died after Haaland scored.
Ramsey.
He scored most weeks.
Yeah, but Ramsey Premier League goals. How many he's got? He scored 5. He's got to score 40 Premier League goals, probably. Yeah. But,
You know what I mean? There's a lot of goals to be had someone dying with.
And the list goes on and on and on.
Does it?
Aaron Ramsey truly has a deadly right-footed shot. A headline that states, Nicholas Bendtner dropped his pants and rubbed himself on my taxi is bound to make you want to read that story. Back
lot of
in
stories about him, didn't he,
2014,
Bendtner?
a cab driver
Yeah.
threatened to call the police after Lord Bendtner and 2 of his friends
Not
got
Lord-
aggressive.
Lord
Not
Bendtner.
Lord
The
Bendtner, yeah.
footballer was accused of stealing some of his belongings and damaging his car's radio. Bendtner replied saying that if he was not so famous, he would have smacked the driver before calling him a little fat pig. He then
Jesus.
unbuttoned his trousers and rubbed himself up against the side window,
What?
whipping the cab with his belt, stating he wanted to fuck the driver. And to make matters worse, this was all happening whilst his club at the time, Arsenal, had just been knocked out of the Champions League by Bayern Munich. We've all got embarrassing night out stories, but that one is really quite something.
Rubbed himself on the taxi saying he wants to
Right.
fuck him.
Well, that was a good ending story. That I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
I can imagine you did something like that, Harry, to be fair.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. Well, Dirk, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. But I'm gonna have to bid you farewell.
You have to leave soon.
Well, I do have to do. So do you? Oh, we have to. Well, actually, it's funny we've looked at football stories. We're going to do something football related, aren't we?
Yes.
Anyway, right. See you lot in a bit. Bye bye.
Bye.